Okay. So welcome to this November mini pause, mini retreat. Sabrina and I are so thrilled to have you today. And why we do those mini retreats is because we have learned in our life how important is it to take some time for ourselves to actually quiet the external environment and to recenter, to refocus on ourselves and allowing ourselves to slow down, to pause, has been having very good benefits on our own health because both of us have been working quite hard in the corporate world, but also quite hard as an entrepreneur. And we decided that not anymore. We don't want to do the work hard, play hard, like things has to be hard to be enjoyable. And we believe in a life of ease and flow, and this require a bit of structure, and this structure we can put it in place to be able to have this freedom, to have more free time, to have more ease into our life. But it's also because we pause. It's also because we take the time to reflect on how we are right now, how we feel, how what is blocking us, what is triggering us, why I'm not where I want to be yet, what is these things that I still haven't seen. And when you take time to slow down, to pause, you reconnect with your heart, really what you want from inside, and you are able to more unlock the your creativity, your own happiness, your own joy, and this fire of life. So welcome, and we can start, Sabrina. If you want.
Yes. So as usual, if you have been in our mini retreats, we always start grounding ourselves and bringing ourselves to the present moment. So whatever you are, just make sure you're seated in a comfortable positions. Maybe you have both feet on the floor so you feel yourself grounded. You can have your spine elongate, but it can be even in your chair. It can be comfortable. Start bringing your attention to your breathing, inhaling and exhaling, and feel like you're inhaling and exhaling through your heart. And as you breathe in and breathe out, feel your heart area, your chest area. And you do some breathing a little bit deeper, a little bit slower than usual. And be present with this feeling, be present with this movement in your heart. And this month we'll be talking about focusing. It's November, is the time of the year that we have mixing feelings. We don't know if we want them to rush over and get to the end of the year right away, or if we want to slow down. We start reviewing what we have done or what we haven't done. But the most important is be present, be in this present moment. Relax your tongue, make sure your tongue is in the bottom of your mouth. And look beyond your eyes. If you have your eyes closed, look to the space beyond your eyes. And do deep inhales and do deep exhales. If you have any tension in your body, breathe there, relaxing the muscles, releasing your body. If you start noticing that some thoughts are popping in your mind. Just observe them. Don't get involved with your thoughts. Allow them to come and go as if you were watching the sky and some clouds would come and go. Do the same with your thoughts. Allow them to come, allow them to go. Feel present. Visualize that you have some beautiful energy coming from the sky, moving toward you, pouring over you, going around you, going through you. Imagine what is the color of this energy, how bright it is, what is the temperature. And feel these energies, all the love the universe has for you. And as you receive this energy, you feel safe, you feel loved, you really feel good. And you keep receiving all this energy. And you feel alive. And you feel present in this moment, the now, the only moment that exists, the only moment that is really important, is feeling fully present, is where you should focus, is where you take all the decisions, is where you act in the present moment. The past is gone. The future didn't arrive. Don't need to worry with both of them. Feel yourself recharging with this beautiful bright light. Feel that you have everything you need right here, right now. That you are the master of your life. That you are empowered. That you have inside of you an intelligence that is part of everything. It is part of nature, that is part of the universe. The same intelligence that created everything is also inside you. And you can access that. Once you access this intelligence, this self, you have no limits. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Now this energy is moving toward back to the sky. And you start feeling the self coming back to your body. You can do slight movements on your toes, on your fingers. Feel your breath. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And look around yourself. Ground yourself back to your room. Look for a red object if you have one around you. Or look for a small, tiny black object to have something around you. Now you're ready to start this pause.
Okay.
Okay.
So, how are you? Good. Release. I love this meditation. It's morning here in Bali, so it's 8 a.m. on Friday, so I'm in the future. And I just love the way that, you are still over there in the past. And somewhere in the middle, it's a present and I'm in the future. So why I'm saying all of that. So knowing that, so what we are doing now, so as every mini pause, we encourage, we do it for ourselves, but also for others to take the time to journal, to ask yourself some question. So now it's a part where I'm going to take you some notes on your journal and I will ask you some question, and then after this question, we will do some sharing. So the first question is, what is the holiday season for you? From if you do Thanksgiving, if you do Christmas, if you do whatever your, I would say, your culture and your religion, most of the time, November and December are those big holiday season, is also closing a year. So what is it for you? Take a moment, 1 minute to write down what's coming to you. And now if you remember last year, exactly last year, how was this period for you? Maybe how did you feel? If you look back, did you feel like always you have to do something for someone, preparing the food, arranging, I don't know, everyone in the house? Or did you feel like in flow, like really at peace, enjoying the beauty of this period? How was for you? Or maybe have you been a bit triggered? Or maybe, with some people from your family you haven't seen for a long time, maybe some discussion, some confrontation, or some not feeling comfortable with some people. Take a moment to think back. Now, how did you manage your time back then, last year? Did you feel productive? Did you feel overwhelmed? Did you feel like everything you had planned to do, you have done it, or maybe not at all? And you had to maybe please people with their own requests. Now, how did you manage your relationship to yourself during this period? Did you listen to your own energy, maybe to your own body? Did you find some time for self-care, so to do things you love as well? Or did you give all your energy to others? Okay, and now how did you manage your work during that season? Were you able to focus? Were you able to do what you wanted for your work? So, or everything was kind of speeding up, or everything was kind of under control? So now having awareness about what happened in the past is helping us to not redo the same, I would say, mistake, or not to end up in the same feeling that we don't want for our life. So sometimes a part of us don't want to look back because, oh yeah, I didn't like last year. Like for me, for example, last year I went back home. I was spent 6 weeks home with my family, and my sister was here, and it was kind of a weird energy of of wow, what's going on? I felt like I'm back into my childhood. And I was like, this is not the energy what I want as an adult. And it was very interesting because I was like, wow, I could observe what's going on. Couldn't I at the time really change it? But I remember at the end of the holiday season, I decided that next time, next year, I want to do different. And over the last now 11 months, I shifted some relationship with my sister, with my parents, to not recreate uh, the same framework for next Christmas. So it's really important to take the time to acknowledge the past, because it's we learn so much from who we were and how we act and react on those things. And now we are claiming back our own power of, no, no, I know that. I want this. So I'm going to do different to actually have what I want. So the question, the next is two more questions. What are the things you don't want anymore from what this period brought to you last year? And it can be really tiny. For me, it was really a feeling that I felt like I was in childhood. So whatever is for you, take a moment to say this no more. And then the best question is, what would you love? Can you imagine? Can you take a moment to see I will take Christmas as an example, okay? To see this Christmas happening, those Christmas days or those Thanksgiving days happening with the love, the flow, how you could imagine them in the best case scenario for yourself, how those days are going. Maybe you are like, okay, smiling, preparing tea every day because it's what makes you feel like, okay, every day I will have my cup of tea of Christmas spices, and I will take a moment every day to just sit down for 15 minutes with my tea. And then I will have a bonding relationship with my child, my partner, with my family, my siblings, all of that. How do you see the best case scenario happening? What would you love? So we are done with those questions. So now what we are going to do, we are going to share one after another. And it's kind of a woman circle. So what has been shared here is not going to be spread outside. It's really a moment for us to put awareness about that period of time of last year and express ourselves loudly to some people through what we would love. So it's helping us in the process of making it real. Because sometimes when we do those processes by ourselves, it's kind of okay, but it's harder. So the idea is to being able to have the support of all of us today, one and another, to receive and to create a safe container for the people and myself including to share those things. So I will start and then we can see who wants to do next. So for me, last year was really about, as I mentioned a little bit, is I felt like a child in my childhood family setup, and I was like, wow, what's going on? And I could observe and in a way, I was like, this is not going to the right direction. And with my sister, we never been really close. We never been like really bonding together, having the same friends, and we live at two parts of the world, so it doesn't help neither. And I saw myself being triggered a few times, by what she was saying. It was like she's trying to send me some stuff so I could react, and I saw myself not reacting. And this was a good part for me last year, not to lean into the reaction of the situation. But at the same time, after the holidays, I was like, something needs to shift because I don't want this type of relationship with my sister, with my parents. I want, I want a real bonding, a connection where we can share what we feel and all those things. So the family where I grew up in, we don't really share what we feel and all those things. I'm probably not the only one. um, and it has been hard for me in my life to learn how to express more my feelings, to express more my emotion, and I've always been so scared of being judged or being rejected because I would feel something. In the last 11 months, I really set an intention to the deeper connection, being more present with my family. And a lot of things have shifted from that. I spent 3 months with my sister in Canada, and beautiful things happen. And I'm still not yet maybe at the point of sharing everything, but step work in progress. Like the relationship is nicer. I'm more able to understand who she is an adult, and probably she understands better who I am as an adult as well. What are my needs? What are my boundaries? And then, step by step, opening more to myself, to my feeling to her and all those things. So what I learned from all of that is I don't want like a superficial relationship anymore. Just so we are together and okay, we love each other because it's family, but then it's not deep. And for me, it's like so important in life to have meaningful relationship. So what I would love still in the future for this Christmas, I'm just gone. It's not. It's. I will be in Australia, but I spend a lot of time with my family after, because after the 3 months with my sister, I spent a month with my family in Europe as well. So I created Christmas in a different way, I would say, along the year. But what was really important for me now is how I can continue to open up to what I feel and continue to express more and more. And this for me is really a practice because I've never been used to that. So maybe not every day, but every day on myself, I try to let the emotion going through, to be able to, okay, now the next step is how I can express that to the people who matter in my life. So this is probably the work for the next 12 months on myself, but it's really about that. So my dream and what I would love still in the future is even more, loving, sharing, meaningful relationships. So as you can see, we have time. Okay, so take the time for your own share. And just express what you have been feeling from this question, what you have been seeing, and yes, whatever coming to your mind. You ready, Nora?